Imagine this. You wake up in a world bursting with options. Your smartphone, a digital oracle, vibrates to life beside you, presenting an endless array of choices. The moment you unlock it, a cascade of notifications floods your screen. New messages, social media updates, emails, and advertisements, each vying for your attention. As you scroll through your feed, you are bombarded with a dizzying spectrum of choices. Where to eat, what to wear, which news to consume, which influencers to follow, and most importantly, which version of yourself to project into the world. You rise from your bed and step into the chaos of the modern world, where every moment is framed by decision-making. Do you take the bus or the train? Should you indulge in that artisanal coffee or opt for the healthier green smoothie? What about the clothes you wear? Do they express your individuality, or are they just another whisper of societal expectation? You are given the illusion of freedom, yet as you navigate this labyrinth of choices, a nagging question clings to your mind. Are you truly making these decisions, or are you merely a puppet dancing to the strings of external influences? This paradox, the illusion of choice, sits heavily on your shoulders. On the surface, it seems empowering to have options, yet beneath that veneer lies an unsettling truth. The more choices we are presented with, the more paralyzed we often become. Studies reveal that when confronted with too many options, our ability to make decisions diminishes. We find ourselves caught in a mental quagmire, grappling with anxiety, dissatisfaction, and regret. Consider this. As you stand in front of a grocery store aisle filled with various brands of cereal, you might feel overwhelmed. Do you choose the one with the colorful box that promises a burst of energy? Or the one labeled healthy that claims to be all natural? Each choice seems laden with significance, yet as you deliberate, you realize that this moment of choice is not liberating but constraining. You feel the weight of expectation pressing down on you, urging you to make the right decision, whatever that may be. Why is it that the promise of freedom often leads to confusion and despair? The very structure of our society, rooted in capitalism, consumerism, and the relentless pursuit of individualism, creates a landscape where choice is marketed as a fundamental right. Yet, in this pursuit of personal freedom, we often overlook the deeper implications of our choices. Are we shaping our identities, or are our identities being shaped by the choices available to us? As you ponder these questions, consider the emotional toll of choice overload. Imagine the frustration of making a decision only to be haunted by the lingering doubt that another option may have been better. You might find yourself scrolling through streaming services, paralyzed by the abundance of content, and then settling on a show you don't even care for, simply to escape the burden of choice. This is the bittersweet irony of modern life. The more options you have, the less satisfied you often feel. Now, let's delve deeper into the roots of this phenomenon. Why has choice become both a blessing and a curse in our lives? What psychological and philosophical forces are at play that lead us to this paradox? To understand the hidden problem that underlies our illusions of choice, we need to explore the very foundations of human behavior and identity. The answers may reveal uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the society we inhabit, leading us to confront the very essence of what it means to choose. As we embark on this exploration, prepare yourself for a journey that will challenge your perceptions and invite you to reconsider the very nature of choice. What if the freedom we seek is an illusion, crafted by the very systems designed to give us autonomy? What if, in a world overflowing with options, the most powerful choice we could make is to step back and reevaluate what it truly means to be free? The answers lie ahead, waiting to be uncovered. To unravel the illusion of choice and its profound implications, we must first turn our gaze inward, examining the psychological and philosophical underpinnings that dictate our understanding of freedom and autonomy. This exploration invites us to reflect on the thoughts of great thinkers who have grappled with the essence of choice, existence, and the human condition. At the heart of our struggle with choice lies a psychological phenomenon known as decision fatigue. This term captures the diminishing quality of our decisions after a long session of decision-making, a common experience in a world inundated with options. Imagine waking up each day and confronting a barrage of choices, from what to eat for breakfast to how to respond to messages from friends. Each decision, no matter how trivial, depletes your mental energy. By the time you reach a significant decision, perhaps about your career or your relationships, you may feel paralyzed, overwhelmed by the weight of countless previous choices. This fatigue can lead you to opt for the path of least resistance, often resulting in choices that do not align with your true desires or values. But why does this happen? The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer provides a compelling lens through which to view our predicament. He posited that human desires are insatiable, leading us to constantly chase after fleeting pleasures. In a world where choice is abundant, this relentless pursuit often transforms into a cycle of dissatisfaction. The more options we have, the more we desire, and the more we desire, the more we become trapped in an unending cycle of want. Schopenhauer's perspective suggests that our freedom to choose can become a burden, one that leads us away from fulfillment and toward perpetual longing. Similarly, the existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre argued that our freedom is both a gift and a curse. He famously stated that existence precedes essence, implying that we are not born with predetermined purposes, but instead must create our own meanings and values through our choices. Yet, this freedom carries an inherent weight, a sense of responsibility that can be daunting. Sartre believed that with the freedom to choose comes the anxiety of making choices that define our existence. In this light, the illusion of choice morphs into an existential crisis, where each decision feels monumental and laden with the pressure of defining who we are. As we navigate the complexities of choice, the influence of societal forces cannot be overlooked. Aldous Huxley, in his dystopian novel Brave New World, warned of a future where individuals are pacified through the abundance of choices that ultimately serve to control them. In a consumer-driven society, our identities can become entangled with the products we consume and the choices we make. The brands we align ourselves with, the lifestyles we adopt, and the social media personas we create all contribute to a constructed identity that may not reflect our true selves. This external pressure to conform can distort our understanding of choice, leading us to believe that our worth is tied to our ability to choose correctly. Furthermore, the influence of cultural conditioning shapes our perception of choice. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages that extol the virtues of individualism and the importance of personal freedom. Yet, this narrative often obscures the reality that many of our choices are influenced by societal norms and expectations. The desire to fit in, to be accepted, or to project a certain image can lead to choices that feel more like obligations than authentic expressions of self. This creates a dissonance between our perceived freedom and the reality of our conditioned responses, which can leave us feeling trapped within the very choices that were meant to empower us. As we peel back the layers of this hidden problem, we begin to see how the illusion of choice permeates our lives, shaping our emotions, behaviors, and identities. It raises unsettling questions about the nature of our autonomy. Are we truly the architects of our own lives, or are we unwittingly conforming to a script written by external forces? Each choice we make can feel like a reflection of our agency, yet it often masks deeper currents of influence that divert us from our authentic selves. This tension between choice and control invites us to consider the implications of our decisions on a broader scale. In a world that celebrates individualism, are we sacrificing our collective humanity in pursuit of personal freedom? The answers to these questions remain elusive, but they beckon us to delve deeper into the unseen consequences of our choices. What lies beneath the surface of our seemingly endless options? As we continue on this journey, we will uncover the silent forces that shape our realities and the profound impacts they have on our lives. As we delve deeper into the illusion of choice, we begin to uncover the unseen consequences that silently shape our personal and societal realities. The implications of our choices extend far beyond individual decisions. They ripple through our relationships, our mental health, and the very fabric of society. In this exploration, we will examine how cognitive biases, societal conditioning, and neurological insights contribute to the power of the illusion of choice, ultimately urging us to confront the urgency of escaping this pervasive trap. One of the most insidious consequences of choice overload is the phenomenon of cognitive dissonance. This psychological tension arises when our beliefs, values, or behaviors are in conflict, creating an uncomfortable mental state. Imagine choosing a career path based on societal expectations rather than personal passion. As you progress in your job, you may find yourself grappling with feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. This internal conflict between your chosen path and your true desires leads to cognitive dissonance, manifesting as anxiety, stress, or even depression. Cognitive dissonance is often exacerbated by the abundance of choices available to us. When faced with multiple options, we tend to compare them, weighing their pros and cons in an attempt to make the best decision. However, this comparative analysis can lead to a paradoxical outcome. The more choices we have, the more we become aware of the potential for regret. Each option not chosen becomes a ghost of what could have been, haunting our minds and feeding our insecurities. We may find ourselves constantly questioning whether we made the right decision or if a different choice would have led to greater happiness. This relentless cycle of second-guessing can erode our sense of self and undermine our confidence, leaving us adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Moreover, our neurological wiring plays a significant role in how we experience choice. Research in psychology and neuroscience reveals that our brains are not equipped to handle an overwhelming number of options effectively. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, can become overloaded when faced with excessive choices, leading to decision paralysis. In a state of cognitive overload, we may resort to heuristic shortcuts, simplified decision-making strategies that can lead to suboptimal outcomes. This reliance on heuristics can further entrench us in patterns of behavior that do not align with our values or aspirations. Consider the implications of this cognitive overload in the context of consumerism. In modern society, we are inundated with advertising messages that promise fulfillment through consumption. The choices we make about what to buy, how to dress, and what to consume are often framed within a narrative that equates material possessions with personal identity. Yet, as we accumulate more choices, we may find that these possessions do not bring the happiness we seek. The fleeting joy derived from acquiring new things often dissipates, leaving us craving more options and more purchases in a relentless cycle of consumption. The cultural conditioning that accompanies this consumerist mindset further complicates the landscape of choice. We are taught to believe that our happiness is contingent upon our ability to choose, yet this belief can lead to a profound sense of emptiness. As we navigate a world that emphasizes individualism, we may inadvertently neglect the importance of community and connection. The pursuit of personal choice can isolate us, fostering a sense of alienation as we prioritize our own desires over collective well-being. As we confront these unseen consequences, we must also consider how societal structures perpetuate the illusion of choice. The systems that govern our lives, political, economic, and social, often present themselves as champions of freedom and autonomy. Yet, beneath this facade lies a complex web of influence that shapes our decisions and constrains our options. The very institutions that promise empowerment can inadvertently create environments that stifle true agency. For instance, consider the education system, which often emphasizes standardized testing and rigid curricula. While students are ostensibly offered choices about their interests and career paths, these options are frequently constrained by systemic biases and socioeconomic factors. The illusion of choice becomes apparent as students navigate a landscape where their opportunities are dictated by external circumstances rather than their authentic desires. This raises critical questions. Are we truly free to choose our paths, or do societal structures limit our options and define our identities? The urgency of breaking free from this illusion cannot be overstated. The consequences of remaining entangled in the web of choice overload extend beyond individual dissatisfaction. They impact our relationships, mental health, and the collective consciousness of society. As we seek to escape this trap, we must confront the deeper implications of our choices and strive to reclaim our autonomy. In the next phase of our exploration, we will delve into the rebellion, how to break free from the constraints of the illusion of choice. This journey will reveal counterintuitive solutions, mindset shifts, and historical examples of those who have liberated themselves from the burdens of decision-making. We will uncover the pathways to reclaiming our power and building a new way of thinking that transcends the superficiality of choice. Prepare to embark on a radical shift in perspective that will challenge everything you thought you knew about freedom and agency.
As we stand on the precipice of understanding the illusion of choice, we are called to embark on a rebellion, a radical shift in perspective that defies conventional notions of freedom and autonomy. This rebellion is not merely about rejecting choices. It is about reclaiming control over our lives and embracing a deeper understanding of what it means to be truly free. In this section, we will explore counterintuitive solutions and mindset shifts that empower us to break free from the constraints of choice overload and societal conditioning. To begin this journey of rebellion, we must first confront the idea that less is often more. In a world saturated with options, the notion of simplifying our choices can feel counterproductive. Yet, The power of constraint can lead to greater clarity and satisfaction. Consider the minimalist movement, which advocates for the intentional reduction of possessions and distractions. By prioritizing quality over quantity, individuals can cultivate a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the superficial allure of consumerism. Embracing minimalism does not mean sacrificing freedom. Rather, it is a conscious choice to eliminate the noise that dilutes our decision-making process. When we strip away the excess, we create space for genuine reflection and connection with our true selves. This practice encourages us to question our motivations behind each choice. Are we influenced by external pressures, or do these decisions resonate with our authentic values? In this way, minimalism becomes a powerful tool for reclaiming agency and clarity in a world that constantly bombards us with options. Another transformative mindset shift is the embrace of good enough decision-making. In a society that often glorifies perfectionism and the pursuit of the best choice, we can liberate ourselves by redefining success in terms of adequacy rather than excellence. This approach aligns with the concept of satisficing, introduced by economist Herbert Simon, which suggests that individuals often seek a satisfactory solution rather than an optimal one. By allowing ourselves to accept good enough choices, we reduce the anxiety associated with decision-making and free ourselves from the paralyzing fear of making the wrong choice. Imagine standing in front of a menu at a restaurant filled with tantalizing options. Instead of agonizing over which dish will provide the ultimate dining experience, you choose to order the meal that simply sounds appealing at that moment. This shift in perspective not only enhances your dining experience, but also cultivates a sense of contentment and spontaneity. By embracing the idea that not every choice needs to be perfect, we can navigate life with a greater sense of ease, allowing us to focus on the moments that truly matter. Furthermore, historical examples of those who have broken free from the constraints of societal expectations can serve as powerful inspiration. Consider the life of Viktor Frankl, the renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. In his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl emphasizes the importance of finding purpose in the face of suffering. He illustrates that even in the direst circumstances, individuals have the power to choose their attitudes and responses. Frankl's insights remind us that true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in our ability to find meaning and agency within ourselves. This principle of finding meaning can also be applied to our choices. Instead of viewing decisions as burdens, we can approach them as opportunities for self-discovery and growth. Each choice becomes a chance to learn something new about ourselves and align our actions with our core values. By reframing our relationship with choice, we cultivate resilience and a deeper sense of purpose, which ultimately empowers us to navigate the complexities of life with confidence. Another key aspect of this rebellion involves fostering genuine connections with others. In a world that often promotes individualism and competition, embracing community can provide a powerful counterbalance to the illusion of choice. When we prioritize relationships over material possessions and superficial choices, we tap into a source of support and understanding that enriches our lives. Consider the concept of communal decision-making, where individuals come together to discuss options and make choices collaboratively. This practice not only mitigates the burden of decision-making, but also fosters a sense of belonging and shared responsibility. By engaging with others in meaningful dialogue, we can gain diverse perspectives that enhance our understanding of our choices and their implications. This communal approach encourages us to step outside the confines of individualism, reminding us that our choices impact not only ourselves but also the wider community. As we explore these counterintuitive solutions and mindset shifts, we begin to discover the power of intentionality in our decision-making. Rather than succumbing to the pressure of endless choices, we can reclaim our agency by aligning our actions with our values. This intentionality invites us to be mindful of our decisions, allowing us to cultivate a sense of purpose and direction in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming. In this rebellion, we find strength in simplification, acceptance, and connection. By embracing the idea that less is more, redefining success, and prioritizing relationships, we can liberate ourselves from the constraints of the illusion of choice. As we prepare to unveil the ultimate truth, the final, most powerful realization that redefines our understanding of reality, we carry these principles with us, ready to embrace a new way of thinking that transcends the noise of modern life. In our next section, we will journey toward a profound revelation that promises to reshape our perspectives on choice, freedom, and the essence of what it means to be human. Prepare to confront an insight that will illuminate the path to true liberation and self-discovery. As we approach the culmination of our exploration into the illusion of choice, we stand on the brink of a profound revelation, one that has the potential to transform our understanding of freedom, agency, and the essence of our existence. This truth does not simply offer answers. It challenges us to reconsider the foundations upon which we build our lives and identities. It invites us to confront the very nature of choice itself and to recognize that true liberation lies beyond the superficiality of options. The ultimate truth is this: the most powerful choice we can make is not about what we select from the myriad of options presented to us, but rather about how we engage with the process of choosing itself. It is a shift from the external to the internal, from the multitude of choices to the singular choice of how we define our values, our priorities, and ultimately ourselves. Imagine waking up each day with the conscious intention to live authentically, to align your decisions with your core values rather than the expectations imposed by society. This profound realization transforms the act of choosing from a burdensome obligation into a meaningful expression of self. It invites you to ask not just, "What should I choose?" but, "Who do I want to be?" In this light, the choices we make, whether about our careers, relationships, or personal pursuits, become reflections of our true selves rather than mere responses to external pressures. This internal shift is echoed in the teachings of Carl Jung, who emphasized the importance of individuation, the process of becoming one's true self. Jung believed that the path to authenticity involves integrating various aspects of our personality and facing the shadows that influence our choices. By cultivating self-awareness and embracing our complexities, we can transcend the illusion of choice, recognizing that our decisions are not just reactions to the world but expressions of our inner truth. In this journey of self-discovery, we also encounter the concept of radical acceptance, a powerful mindset that encourages us to embrace life as it is, without the constant need for comparison or regret. Acceptance does not imply passivity. Rather, it is an active engagement with our current circumstances and choices. It invites us to let go of the futile pursuit of perfection and to find peace in our imperfect decisions. By practicing radical acceptance, we create space for growth and transformation, allowing ourselves to learn from our choices without being shackled by the weight of judgment. This profound truth also connects us to the idea of interconnectedness. As we begin to understand that our choices impact not only ourselves but also the world around us, we cultivate a sense of responsibility that transcends individual desires. The realization that we are part of a larger tapestry of human experience encourages us to choose with intention, to consider the broader implications of our actions on our communities and the planet. In this interconnected reality, the illusion of choice dissipates, revealing a deeper truth. The most meaningful choices arise from our commitment to contribute positively to the world. When we approach decision-making with a sense of purpose and connection, we empower ourselves to create a life that reflects our values and aspirations. Each choice becomes an opportunity to enact change, to forge connections, and to live in alignment with our authentic selves. As we embrace this ultimate truth, we also confront the paradox of freedom. True freedom is not found in the abundance of choices, but in the clarity of purpose and intention. It is the freedom to choose how we respond to life's circumstances, to define our values, and to cultivate a life that resonates with our deepest desires. In this sense, the illusion of choice becomes a mirror reflecting our internal struggles and aspirations, urging us to engage with the questions that matter most. The journey towards self-discovery and authentic living is not without its challenges. It requires courage to confront the societal conditioning that has shaped our understanding of choice and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with forging our own paths. Yet, within this uncertainty lies the potential for profound transformation and liberation. Each choice we make can be an act of rebellion against the constraints of societal expectation, a declaration of our commitment to live authentically and purposefully. As we reach the conclusion of this exploration, we are left with a powerful invitation to reflect on our relationship with choice and to consider how we can cultivate a deeper understanding of our values and intentions. The ultimate truth compels us to ask ourselves, how can I live more authentically? How can my choices reflect my true self and contribute positively to the world around me? In this moment of reflection, we are reminded that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. It invites us to continuously engage with our choices, to seek clarity amidst the noise, and to celebrate the beauty of our shared human experience. The illusion of choice may persist, but armed with this newfound understanding, we can navigate the complexities of modern life with intention, purpose, and a commitment to authenticity. As we step away from the illusion and into the light of our own truths, let us carry this revelation forward. Let it resonate in our hearts and minds as we embrace the intricacies of choice, not as burdens to bear, but as opportunities to express our most authentic selves. In doing so, we not only liberate ourselves but also inspire others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. The path may be uncertain, but it is rich with possibility and promise, inviting us to embrace the fullness of life with open hearts and clear minds. And so, we conclude our exploration. Let this ultimate truth guide you as you navigate the myriad choices that lie ahead, reminding you that the most powerful choice of all is the choice to be true to yourself. Pause for a moment and let this truth settle in your mind. How many of your choices today reflected your deepest values, and how many were echoes of the world's expectations? If this exploration stirred something within you, a question, a realization, or even a quiet sense of rebellion, don't let it fade into the background noise of another day. Let your voice be part of this awakening. Share your reflections in the comments below. Tell us about a moment when you saw through the illusion and chose differently. What does true freedom of choice mean to you? Your story might be the spark that inspires someone else to reclaim their own agency. If this journey challenged your perspective or offered you a moment of clarity, make sure to like this content. It lets us know that these deeper explorations matter. Share this with friends, family, or anyone you know who is wrestling with the weight of choice in their own life. Let's build a community where we question, reflect, and support one another in the pursuit of authenticity. And if you're hungry for more conversations that go beneath the surface, don't forget to subscribe. Together, we'll continue to peel back the layers of modern life and uncover the truths that set us free. You hold the power not just to choose, but to inspire others to choose too. Make your next action count.